If you apply one clear line every single time you touch money, cash, a card, a bank app, you will prime your mind for a tenfold return beginning now and unfolding over the next 7 days. This is not superstition. It is the discipline Joseph Murphy called scientific prayer. Impress the subconscious with a definite idea, feel it as true, and expect its harvest. Your word is the mold, your feeling is the fire, your subconscious is the factory that never sleeps. When the word and feeling agree, results follow. Here is our promise. Use this declaration faithfully and you will shift from anxiety to authority, from scarcity chatter to calm command. I will give you the master declaration in a moment and at the end, guide you through a 2-minute visualization that locks it in. Stay with me. Engage, speak, and let the rhythm carry you for 7 days. Subscribe now and activate notifications so you do not miss a single practice cue this week. Why does one line carry such power? Because your subconscious accepts dominant impressions, not arguments. It does not weigh pros and cons. It obeys repeated feeling-charged statements as if they were orders from headquarters. Murphy taught that the prayer that works is the prayer that assumes the state of the answered desire. When you handle money with fear, you broadcast a lack state. When you handle it with blessing, you broadcast increase. What you bless, returns multiplied. What you fear flees. So we begin with a decision. Decide that every contact with money is a sacred appointment to program your inner self. Touch a bill, open your wallet, confirm a transfer. Each action becomes a switch that turns on prosperity thinking. This channel is your laboratory. For 7 days you will test, measure, and prove. Keep notes if you like. Observe unexpected credits, paid invoices, discounts, new clients, reconciled debts, and sudden ease in transactions. Expect movement. Expect order. Expect favor. The line itself is simple, but its simplicity is its blade. We use it because it is short, memorable, and emotionally potent. It names the source, commands the subconscious, and fixes the result. When I give it, do not whisper it as a wish. Speak it as a decree. Breathe from your belly, relax your shoulders, and let the tone carry assurance. Remember, you are not trying to force outcomes, you are assuming them. In a moment, I will ask you to repeat the declaration out loud and then silently. Then I will show you exactly when to use it, upon waking before a purchase, when you receive, when you give, and whenever old worry tries to return. At the very end, we will close the loop with a brief, vivid visualization. You will see an account balance, a paid receipt, an approved message, and you will feel gratitude in your chest as if it already happened. Now prepare your mind. Set aside the fidgeting thoughts. For the next minutes, you and I are entering a higher order of thought and feeling. The line is coming. When you touch money, say it. Say it with calm authority. Say it until your inner conversation changes tone. And watch the 7-day cycle begin tonight. Your word is a command instrument. The subconscious does not debate or negotiate. It obeys the dominant statement that you feel to be true. Joseph Murphy called it the law of belief in action. Impress the idea, unify it with feeling, and your deeper mind performs to pattern. When your tongue issues a decree, you set a mold. When you repeat it at key moments, you pour steel into that mold. Speak lightly, and you get vapor. Speak with quiet certainty, and you get form. Let me show you how quickly a word can recode experience. Lydia used to tense up at every checkout. Her shoulders rose, her breath shortened, and the old inner line played, "Money is leaving me." She began our practice. For 7 days she paired one sentence with every touch of money, and the feeling changed first. Cashiers smiled. Refunds she forgot to claim appeared. 2 clients who had gone silent wrote back with approvals. The numbers were not magic. Her state was new, and life mirrored it. Here is the principle. A decree is a seed with heat. The heat is attention plus emotion. Without heat, the seed is cold and inert. With heat, the seed sprouts in the subconscious and pushes into conditions as prompt ideas, helpful people, and right timing. You are not hypnotizing the universe. You are dehypnotizing yourself from the trance of lack. Word by word, you return to authority. Repeat after me now calmly, and allow your chest to soften as you speak. I bless this money. It multiplies in perfect ways, serving good for all. Again slower, I bless this money. It multiplies in perfect ways, serving good for all. One more time, silently, as if the words were carved on the inside of your mind. Feel the tone settle. This is not begging. This is appointment language. Clear, brief, and clean. Apply it immediately when the day begins. The moment you wake before the old chatter boots up, place a hand over your heart and say, "My word programs wealth today." Rise, touch your wallet or phone, and add, "What I bless returns to me increased." When you tap your banking app, whisper the line. When you receive change, speak it with a gentle smile. When you tip, send it like a benediction. When you send money, transfer, or pay a bill, bless, then confirm. Do not argue with appearances. Bills are not enemies. They are proof that you have been trusted with supply. As you authorize a payment, say, "I pay with peace," and money moves back to me in better measure. Notice the physiological shift. Jaw unclenches, breath steadies, eyes clear. That is the subconscious accepting a new order. The outer world will echo the new order in the forms that are right for you. If an anxious thought interrupts, "What if there isn't enough?" Answer it once, not 10 times. "I already chose abundance. I keep my choice." Then return to the decree. Rhythm is your ally. Tie the words to the touch, the card, the bill, the phone screen. Make the association so strong that your fingers cue the blessing before your mind can wander. This is how you turn a sentence into a state, and a state into results. Circulation is the law of return in motion. Money is not a rock, it is a river. When you let it flow with blessing, it leaves your hand carrying your signature of increase and circles back bearing fruit. Joseph Murphy taught that your subconscious receives the tone of your transaction. If you pay with strain, you stamp shortage on the movement. If you pay with peace, you stamp plenty. Your inner tone is the invoice you send to life. Today we sanctify every payment. You will buy groceries, cover a bill, tip a driver, or schedule a transfer, and each act becomes a mini prayer. Not the pleading kind, the scientific kind. Clear word, calm feeling, confident expectation. Circulation is not loss. Circulation is placement. You are placing money where it can serve, and what serves returns. Here is our working picture. As you authorize a payment, imagine the amount as seeds going out to many gardens. Each garden feeds families, funds services, keeps the lights on, and pays wages. Your seed does not disappear, it multiplies across those gardens and sends a harvest back through channels known and unknown. Let that picture soften your breath and steady your shoulders. You are part of an ecosystem of increase. Use this spoken line whenever you pay, whether at a terminal or on your phone. "I pay with peace. I bless this flow. Money returns to me multiplied, at the right time and in the right way." Say it once aloud, then once within. Add, if you like, "All channels are free. All accounts are in divine order." Keep the tone warm and ordinary, as if you were confirming a fact, not trying to convince anyone. Practice now. Touch an imaginary card and speak, "I pay with peace. I bless this flow. Money returns to me multiplied, at the right time and in the right way." Feel the chest loosen. Let the jaw soften. That softness is not weakness, it is acceptance. The subconscious learns by felt repetition. Tie the words to the action so closely that your thumb on the screen cues the blessing before thought can race. A brief example. Marco dreaded the first of the month. Rent day meant knots in his stomach and curt replies to everyone around him. He decided to run the line each time he paid anything, even small amounts: coffee, transit, gas. Within a week, his landlord offered a modest discount for paying early. A client accelerated an invoice. A forgotten subscription refund arrived. Nothing mystical, just a clean broadcast met by clean returns. Your emotional checklist is simple and strict. First, peace. Breathe out through the mouth as you approve the payment, and notice space open behind the breastbone. Second, gratitude. Say, "I am thankful I can pay, and I am thankful it returns," and let that thankfulness color your tone. Third, absence of fear. If a twinge arises, label it once, "old fear," and dismiss it. Do not fight the wave. Let it pass and return to peace. When paying taxes, say, "I fund good and good funds me." When tipping, say, "I honor service, and life honors me." When giving, say, "What leaves me in blessing returns in blessing." Keep your eyes soft and your voice even. Your aim is not volume, your aim is conviction. Circulation plus blessing equals increase. For 7 days, treat every outflow as a programmed return. Repeat the line. Keep the checklist. Watch for rebates, timely opportunities, gentle reductions, and helpful people. The river you bless today is the river that carries tomorrow's supply. Belief is not a wish, it is a chosen state you occupy and keep. Joseph Murphy called it the law of belief and assumption. You receive not according to pleading, but according to what you quietly accept as true. When you assume, you stop auditioning for abundance and take the role. Your word furnishes the set, your feeling lights it, and your actions rehearse it until the opening night is every day. Consider Daniel. He carried an old assumption learned in childhood: money is a fight. Every invoice felt like a duel. He revised the premise. Each morning he stood still for 60 seconds and said, "I now assume ease and plenty in all transactions." He imagined approved emails, friendly clients, clean numbers. Within a week, 2 late payments cleared without pressure. A new prospect wrote, "Your terms look fair, let's proceed." Nothing forced. Belief arranged the scene and he walked into it. Here is the working rule. The subconscious mirrors your settled premise. If you habitually assume delay, you encounter delays. If you assume fair exchange and generous return, channels appear that match it. Do not tense and try to make belief. Breathe, soften the belly, and adopt the feeling of an outcome already handled. Act as if because you are agreeing with a higher order, not pretending. Let us rewrite the inner script. If an old line mutters, "I never have enough," answer quietly, "I always have more than enough for my true responsibilities, and surplus to share." If it says, "Money is hard to come by," replace it with, "Money comes to me through honest channels as I serve with skill." If it complains, "People like me don't get ahead," decree, "I advance with ease, right doors open for me now." Speak once with feeling, then move on as one who has decided. Repeat after me now, with your shoulders relaxed. I assume increase as my normal. I meet fair people and fair terms. I am guided to wise action. Again slower, I assume increase as my normal. I meet fair people and fair terms. I am guided to wise action. Let your breathing prove your decision. Assumption without strain is stronger than anxious effort. When doubt taps your shoulder, give it one acknowledgement and no seat. Say, "Old premise noted, new premise kept." Then return to the tone of the answer. You are not bulldozing thoughts. You are selecting one thought and inhabiting it. First, decide the end. Second, feel its quiet certainty for a minute. Third, proceed with the next right action. Decision, feeling, action. The rhythm that stamps belief into form. Use assumption before any exchange. Before a meeting, assume harmony and mutual benefit. Before sending an invoice, assume prompt approval. Before opening your banking app, assume order and steady growth. Touch your wallet and say under your breath, "I move as one already supplied." This preloads the subconscious, so the obvious next step appears on time. Now voice anticipatory gratitude, the sound of belief leaning forward. Thank you for the supply already in motion. Thank you for the right people already prepared. Thank you that my good is timely, clean, and complete. Say it once as fact. Gratitude seals the envelope and puts it in the outgoing mail of your mind. For 7 days, practice the law of belief in small scenes you repeat often. Revise 3 old lines, choose 1 new premise, and inhabit it with word and feeling. Assume ease, fairness, and increase, and let your actions confirm your choice. Life takes your assumption as instructions. Hold the state, and let the state do the heavy lifting. Plant the idea when the mind is soft and the gate is open. The drowsy state, just before sleep and just as you wake, is the fertile soil Joseph Murphy pointed to again and again. In that quiet margin the critical faculty loosens, and impression sinks straight into the subconscious without argument. Tonight we sow wealth, not by strain, but by order. We will use scientific prayer, which is not begging but method. First, state a clear request in simple language. Second, anchor the request in a higher motive: service, peace, usefulness. Third, release it with confidence, refusing to dig up the seed to check its roots. Prepare the scene. Dim the light, silence notifications, and sit or lie down with your spine easy. Place one hand over your heart and one over your belly to slow the breath. Whisper once, "I now enter the receiving state." Let the eyes grow heavy. You are not trying to force sleep. you are allowing it. In this threshold, the words become pictures and the pictures become feelings, and the feeling is what stamps the mold. Now the prayer, spoken as fact. Say calmly, I accept steady generous supply for my honest needs and wise desires. This is the clear request, no clutter, no drama. Add the higher motive, I use this supply to do good work, to pay fairly, to live in peace, and to bless others. Feel how the motive widens the heart and dissolves old guilt. Then the release line, it is done in mind. I rest in confidence. Breathe out, and let the body sink a shade deeper. For the next minute, picture one scene that proves the prayer fulfilled. See a paid invoice stamped cleared. See an account figure you have chosen in advance. See a message of approval in your inbox with a friendly tone. Do not chase many images, hold one and let it grow vivid. Hear the soft clicks, see the green check mark, feel the ease in your chest. If stray thoughts wander, bless them and return to the single scene. You are not arguing, you are enjoying the finished picture. Repeat after me now, once aloud and once within. I plant this seed of wealth in peace. I do not disturb it. Right action, right channels, right timing appear. Again softer, I plant this seed of wealth in peace. I do not disturb it. Right action, right channels, right timing appear. Let a small smile touch your mouth. It signals acceptance to the subconscious. 4-7 nights. Keep this exact rhythm. Clear request, higher motive, confident release. 1 minute of a finished scene. Then sleep. In the morning, do not uproot the seed with worry. If an anxious thought arrives, answer once, the seed is planted, I move in trust, and take the next simple action. Send the email, price the offer, bless the payment. The seed pushes up as ideas, as helpful people, as timely nudges. Your job is not to pry the soil, your job is to keep the climate calm, grateful, expectant. Remember Murphy's counsel, the subconscious accepts what you feel to be true. Feel it tonight as already arranged. Close your eyes now. Breathe. Plant. Release. Sleep in the answer. The harvest has already begun in the unseen. You will meet it in right order tomorrow. Inner agreement is a clean broadcast. When your word, your belief, and your expectation point to the same end, the subconscious receives a single instruction and executes without friction. Joseph Murphy taught that contradiction is the saboteur. You affirm with your mouth, doubt with your feeling, and secretly expect a delay. That tangled signal yields tangled results, partial payments, stalled replies, missed chances. Alignment untangles the wire. When you say it, feel it, and expect it together, you generate a steady tone the deeper mind cannot misread. Notice the difference. A person declares, I thrive financially, but tenses at the checkout and braces for trouble with every invoice. The words say yes, the body says no, the expectation says maybe later. The day mirrors that static, little snags, slow approvals, small leaks of time and money. Now consider the aligned approach. The same person selects one definite premise, I am steadily supplied as I serve well, and rehearses it at waking, when paying and before sleep. She lets her shoulders drop as she speaks, breathes evenly, and pictures one small proof, a paid receipt by evening. Within days she notices faster replies and kinder terms. The outer shift looks ordinary, the inner tone was corrected. Here is the principle in plain terms. The subconscious obeys the dominant composite of your word, your felt tone, and your forecast. If your forecast is foggy, outcomes drift. Make it crisp. Decide the end, state it simply, feel the piece of it for a minute, and move. You are not arguing with reality. You are instructing your creative mind and walking as if the instruction were already fulfilled. Use this mini daily alignment in the morning and at noon. First, ask, do my words match the end I have chosen? If not, change the sentence now. Second, ask, does my body agree with my words? Scan your jaw, chest, and belly. Soften what is tight and breathe until the tone is calm. Third, ask, what outcome am I actually expecting in the next 24 hours? If you find yourself expecting nothing, choose one clean expectation, one paid receipt, one fair client, one eased expense, and keep it in view. Now seal it with an agreement line. Repeat after me once aloud and once within. My word, my belief, and my expectation are one. I move in quiet certainty, and money returns to me in right ways. Again slower, my word, my belief, and my expectation are one. I move in quiet certainty, and money returns to me in right ways. Let the breath finish each sentence as if signing a contract. This is how you broadcast a single strong signal. Carry inner agreement into action. Before you send an offer, pause and let your body match the sentence you chose. Before you open your banking app, assume order and increase, then look. When you pay, bless the outflow and expect the matched return without hunting for it. If stray doubt appears, name it once, old static, and return to the line. You do not need perfect feelings. You need consistent agreement. For 7 days, keep the checklist and the line. Write the sentence on a card or on your phone. Read it at waking, at midday, and before sleep. Align the word, relax the body, set a near expectation, and proceed. Agreement simplifies life. It frees attention for good work, invites fair exchange, and makes room for timely supply. Hold the agreement, and let its clarity do the heavy lifting. Identity precedes income. You do not get paid and then become the kind of person who handles abundance. You adopt the identity and income arranges to match it. Joseph Murphy taught that the subconscious reproduces the image you hold of yourself. If the inner picture is the one who scrapes by, you will unconsciously price low, hesitate to invoice, and apologize when you receive. If the picture is a clear, fair, well-paid steward, your voice, posture, and choices broadcast that fact, and life mirrors it. Try on the identity now. Sit a little taller, soften the chest, and let the breath lengthen. Say within, I am the kind of person who carries money well. This is not vanity, it is responsibility. Worthiness is not a prize you must earn, it is a posture you accept. The work you do has value, and value should be exchanged cleanly. When you feel unworthy, you unconsciously create delays to balance a debt that does not exist. When you accept worthiness, you allow fair exchange without guilt. Consider Elena, a freelance designer who kept underpricing. Her emails were polite but apologetic. Her proposals shrank before they were sent. She adopted one line for 7 days, I am a skilled, well-paid professional who brings order and beauty. She read it morning and night and before every pitch. She lifted her minimum fee, described outcomes instead of hours, and blessed money when she pressed send. 2 clients accepted new terms without debate. A past client returned with a bigger scope. Nothing mystical, her identity stopped contradicting her offer. Repeat after me now, clear and calm, I am worthy of clean profit because I deliver real value. Again slower, I am a fair, well-paid professional, my work blesses those who hire me. And once more silently, I honor my gifts, and life honors me with right compensation. Feel how the body eases when the sentence fits. That ease is your subconscious saying yes. Carry identity into every small act. When you touch money, you do it as a capable steward, not a nervous guest. When you send an invoice, you do it as someone who expects fair exchange, not as a beggar seeking favors. When you receive, do not diminish the moment with jokes or apologies. Say inwardly, I accept this cleanly, and I use it well. Your tone educates the subconscious faster than any argument. If guilt rises, answer once, increase helps me serve better, I accept it cleanly. Then move on. If an old label whispers, people like me shouldn't charge that, replace it with, people like me solve problems well and are paid accordingly. Do not debate for long. Choose one fitting sentence, breathe into it, and act from it. For 7 days, practice a simple drill. Morning, state your identity line, feel its truth for 60 seconds, and take a step that matches it. Midday, read the line before any money touchpoint. Night, thank your day for the moments you lived as that person. Identity first, then income. Decide who is paying the bill, sending the proposal, or opening the app. Speak from that self, feel from that self, move as that self. The world meets the self you keep. Consistency is obedience to your decision. Rhythm stamps the groove through which supply travels. Joseph Murphy taught that repetition in a relaxed state saturates the subconscious, not frantic repetition, but steady felt practice. The law is simple, what you do the same way at the same times becomes the state you carry. Keep the rhythm for 7 days and the tone of increase stabilizes, and with it come cleaner approvals, timely receipts, and wise restraint when spending. Think of Priya, a consultant who swung between bursts of faith and weeks of silence. She chose rhythm over drama. For 21 days she followed a simple pattern: morning decree, midday blessing when paying, night planting before sleep. By the second week, 2 retainers renewed early and a vendor offered better terms for paying on the due date without fuss. The world did not change, her broadcast did. Here is your weekly plan, spoken plainly. Each morning before the phone learns your name, sit up, place a hand over your heart, and say, "Today I move in quiet authority, what I bless returns increased." Picture one small proof by evening, an approval, a cleared message, a neat figure. Then do the next right action for 5 focused minutes. Send a proposal, price an offer, schedule a call. Small actions taken in the state seal the state. At midday, attach the blessing to every transaction. When you pay, whisper, "I pay with peace. I bless this flow. Money returns to me multiplied, at the right time and in the right way." When you receive, say, "I accept this cleanly," and feel gratitude spread like warmth behind the sternum. If an anxious thought tugs, label it once, old static, and return to rhythm. Before sleep, plant the seed. Use the night script: clear request, higher motive, confident release. Hold one finished scene for a minute, then rest. Do not audit the seed in the dark. Your only task is climate control, peace, gratitude, expectation. Now the 7-day agenda in prose. On day 1, set your sentence and write it where you will see it. On day 2, pair the sentence with touchpoints, wallet, card, phone, until your fingers cue the blessing by themselves. On day 3, simplify, remove one habit that scatters your attention, and add one 5-minute action that moves money honestly. On day 4, review receipts and acknowledge any return, no matter how small, discounts, timely help, open doors. On day 5, strengthen generosity, tip with blessing and release guilt about giving. On day 6, tidy your numbers for 30 calm minutes and speak order over them. On day 7, review the week, record proofs, and choose one modest upgrade to carry into the next cycle. If you miss a cue, do not dramatize. The law of rhythm forgives skips, it rewards returns. Resume at the next cue and treat the lapse as evidence that the practice matters. Keep the body soft while you speak, because softness signals trust. Keep the words short, because short words stick. Keep the times consistent, because time teaches the subconscious when to open the gate. Repeat after me now, once aloud and once within: I keep the rhythm that keeps my wealth. Morning decree, clean payments, peaceful sleep. I am steady, and increase is steady with me. Let the breath end the sentence like a period. This is obedience without strain, decision translated into beat. Hold the beat for 7 days, and let the beat hold you. Gather everything we practiced and fuse it into one clear state. Your word commands, your blessing circulates, your belief assumes, your night seed grows, your agreement cleans the signal, your identity authorizes, and your rhythm sustains. For 7 days we have trained one message: speak with calm authority, bless every outflow and inflow, assume the end, plant the seed at night, hold inner coherence, accept worthiness, and keep the beat. Now we seal the cycle with a single closing ritual you can repeat whenever you need to reset. Here is the master declaration. Repeat after me now, once aloud and once within: I move in quiet authority. I bless every flow. Money returns to me multiplied, in right ways and right time. I work with wisdom. I am guided and provided for. I give thanks. Breathe and say it again slower, as if signing a simple binding agreement. This line condenses the practice: word, blessing, assumption, guidance, gratitude. Keep it on your tongue when you wake, when you pay, when you send, when you receive. Now the 2-minute close. Sit with your spine easy and your jaw soft. Picture a single proof that would make you smile tonight: a paid receipt, a kind approval, an account figure in quiet order. See it plainly. Hear the soft chime, the stamp, the paid check mark. Inhale and feel space open behind your sternum. Exhale and feel warmth spread through the belly. Whisper, "Thank you, it's handled." Let the image brighten slightly and then hold steady. If stray thoughts appear, bless them and return to the finished scene. You are not forcing, you are agreeing. Add one scene of circulation. Imagine tapping to pay with peace, saying, "I bless this flow," and noticing your shoulders remain down and your breath smooth. Add one scene of identity. See yourself sending a clean, fairly priced proposal with a calm face and an upright posture. Add one scene of agreement. Feel your word, feeling, and expectation point to the same place like three arrows meeting at a mark. End with stillness and a simple inner nod. Done. Here is your practical charge. For the next 7 days, choose one time to decree upon waking, one action to bless when paying, and 1 minute to plant before sleep. Record proofs in a note: discounts, approvals, reconciled numbers, new clients, eased expenses. Small or large, write them down. Evidence strengthens expectation, and expectation shapes tomorrow's returns. Now engage with me so we extend the blessing. Comment the line you will carry today. Write it in your own words so your tongue recognizes it. Join the 7-day challenge. Watch this again each morning. Speak the declaration, bless every payment, and plant the night seed. Subscribe and tap the bell so you receive the daily cue I am preparing for you. Share this with one person who needs peace around money, and bless them as you send it. Close with me: I am steady, I am supplied, and I am grateful. What I bless returns increased. The way is ordered, and I walk in it. Breathe. Feel the quiet certainty in your chest. Carry it into your next action. The cycle is sealed. Now act as one who already is provided for, and let life echo your tone.